Hello again and top of the morning. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another amazing episode. Welcome to the wonderful world of the Wonder Women. Coming together on a Wednesday to do amazing things.
And there is one thing we know with absolute certainty, that it's when you get out of bed, you deserve to have something beautiful to look forward to, especially on a Wednesday.
Yes,
as this. I'm always excited about Wednesdays on the show.
We actually do a lot to get ready for you, and we're not planning to ever rest on our oars. That's why we rose before dawn, just to be right here when the hour strikes 7. Someone who is looking, in fact, I don't know what word to use. What's the word? Very, very eccentric. Wow, eccentric.
Yeah,
exotic,
that's what I'll call
eccentric.
her style.
I'll take them all.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nigeria.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
Winfrey?
awesomely great. Thank you. How are you girls doing?
So I guess the only person who didn't get the memo today was Titi.
Yeah,
honestly,
she missed it.
Color code. No, but you know, I have
it.
to pop.
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm just trying to find something. But really, it looks like a law school outfit. Is that me? Is that me?
I mean, the law is in there somewhere, so yeah.
Somewhere.
Right. Anyways, we remain unmatched in our quest for a great morning, so sit back and enjoy to the fullest this piping hot, brand new edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Now, we cannot and will not ever let up as long as you have your TV tuned to us on TVC Entertainment every single morning. My name is Damilare Kuku.
And my name is Emil Koche. Do not forget that you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Don't forget the TVC app is available for you to download for both iOS and, of course, Android devices. You can catch all your favorite shows right there on YouTube as well on TVC Entertainment.
All right, let's get right into today's lineup. And first up, we'll be bringing you a conversation with Tolu Afonja on relationship. She'll be kicking off part 2 of last week's discussion on ways to build confidence in relationships.
You know, she's also an author of a book. We're going to talk about that book. The title of that book resonates with today's episode.
With the discussion, Winfrey was going to talk about Sierra's prayer.
So yes, so I mean, we all know how Sierra literally went from terrible relationships, if I may say so, and to one that we thought was an exact contrast to the relationship she left. And then she usually said during her interviews that she actually said a particular prayer before she got Wilson. Exactly. Yeah. And then people have literally been begging for that prayer. So finally, a few days ago, she literally recited the prayer in Summer Walker's album, Still Over It, and the internet literally went agog. So, I mean, the prayer was literally talking about how, I mean, begging God directly that, see, the next relationship I'm going into, I need him to be my husband, I need him to care for me, to love me. Like, it was a whole...
Yeah, but I really do not understand why social media actually went agog with that prayer, because, I mean, a lot of young ladies pray that prayer, even those that are still looking and, you know, still seeking for, you know, their forever after.
So it's an affirmation kind of prayer, right? It's a kind of prayer that should be sort of said every day, but some aspects of it. But I think what people were really talking about was the fact that with that prayer, it showed that she realized that she deserved better, that she deserved to be happy, she deserved to be loved. And the fact that you realize that, and then now still stay in some relationships while still praying that prayer, to some people, it felt like, okay, you're praying for God to help you, but you know that this relationship is not good for you. And you're
talking about her?
Yes,
no, she had left the relationship.
Yes, but she had started praying that prayer while she was still in the relationship.
And I can even personally relate with some of those prayer points, you know, in that prayer, because I remember when I met my husband at the time, I already told God that I wanted him to be, like, I want him to be my husband. I don't want to, like, this is just it for me. Do you understand? So, I mean...
So I think the buzz was basically because of, I mean, she had experience with 50 Cent. I know people kept on, like, saying different things about how she dated 50, she now dated Future, how would she not pray? Do you understand? So it's
at this point, hopefully you've said your morning prayers. At this point, we're going to be showing you what the weather is going to be like, and then we'll take the news.
You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo, and it's time for the news. We begin in Zamfara, where bandits have attacked a mobile police patrol team and killed 7 personnel. They also set ablaze a patrol vehicle. The incident occurred along Magani-Gusau Road when troops deployed to keep peace in the area were ambushed by gunmen. The whereabouts of some personnel who escaped the attack is still unknown. The troops were overpowered by the bandits due to their large number of could not call for reinforcements due to lack of telecommunication services in communities outside the state's capital, Magami community. It's few kilometers away from the troubled Dansadao area, which is known as one of the hotbed for banditry in Zamfara. The attack is coming less than 48 hours after bandits attacked Rijiak community in same Gusau local government and killed 7 persons, destroying valuable property too. And in Kaduna State, retired Air Force officer Air Vice Marshal Muhammad Maisaka has been murdered by yet-to-be-identified gunmen. The incident took place last night in his house located at Rigasa in Igabi local government area of the state. The former director, medical training operation at the defense headquarters, was killed alongside his orderly. The gatesman also sustained injuries from the attack. Spokesperson of the Kaduna State Police Command, Mohammed Jalige, confirmed this development to newsmen this morning. He stated that investigation is underway to arrest the perpetrators. President Muhammadu Buhari arrived in the French capital yesterday afternoon ahead of the 3-day Paris Peace Forum. During his visit, the President Buhari will meet with his French counterpart on Wednesday to discuss issues of mutual interest for both countries, particularly on strengthening economic ties, partnership on security, education, health sector enhancement. When the Paris Peace Forum begins on Thursday, President Muhammadu Buhari will join world leaders on strategizing on better governance for world peace. He is scheduled to make a remark alongside President Macron and the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. This year, the leader will review 80 projects designed to improve peace across the globe, response to climate change pressure, fake news, and the challenge it poses to journalism and cybersecurity.
With the French, and the French President Macron, is very, very keen to increase even further the cooperation with Nigeria across all sectors: economic, trade, social, and cultural. And then Mr. President is going to has been given the honor of delivering the keynote address at the Paris Peace Forum. Well, of course, this is a global forum for discussing global challenges. And so in this case, it's not going to be...
And now it's time for sports. Titi, over to you.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Let's review the newspaper headlines, shall we? First, we'll start with the Nation newspaper making the headlines. Here we have Soludo is governor-elect. INEC declares Abga candidate winner of Anambra poll. And at the bottom of the paper here, we have Kogi House invites Bank MD. NASU SANU directs members to begin strike. And also here at the top of the paper, we have government proposes death penalty for illegal gold miners. And 7 policemen, Air Force chief, grandson killed. And finally, crude oil production drops to 1.52 MBP and Buhari in France for Peace Forum. And that's it on the Nation newspaper. Next up, we have Daily Sun. And making the headlines here, invasion of Justice Odili's home. Senate indicts EFCC, AGF, Malami, police, and demands disclosure of probe panel's findings. Task IGP on missing Vanguard reporter as reps seek investigation. And at the bottom of the paper here we have, National Assembly, PDP, APC clash over direct primary. And IPOB declares seat at home as Kanu appears in court today. And Buhari vows to end annual $2 billion wheat importation. And here, bandits killed 7 policemen in Zamfara. And in 2023, imams orders lobby for Middle Belt presidency. And finally, here we have reps summon FCT minister over rising insecurity. And that's it on the cover of the Daily Sun paper. Next up, we have the Vanguard newspaper. And Anambra, it's Soludo. And here we also have new wage deal for police underway, says federal government. And CAN decries condition of 1.5 million Benue IDPs. And end allowances, SANU National NASU begin 3-day strike. And APC to hold convention soon. Kicks against forced direct primary option by National Assembly. And gunmen kill AVM massacre grandson in Kaduna. And Plateau House crisis. Senate decries impeachment of Speaker. And finally, here we have NNPC Moman Dapman orders move to prevent petrol scarcity and sustainability. And that's it on the Vanguard newspaper.
Welcome back. Now, there's just so much happening, right? Everywhere, all around the world. But then there's some that make you pause. You know, when you're scrolling through social media and then something just pops up on your phone, you go back and you watch again. So there was a video that went viral, I think sometime last week, and it popped up again on my phone yesterday. And it was of a young girl and a woman who's obviously old enough to be her mother, having a shouting match.
Confrontation.
A confrontation.
Yeah.
Now, the girl is in a school uniform, which sort of makes it seem like it's abroad. It's in the abroad. It's in the UK. And obviously, the child's accent is very British. But the child continues to defend herself in such a way that the average African parent is not used to. So I'm saying not used to, whereas I should probably be saying is not accustomed to and would never allow. I'm trying to think of things my parents would never have allowed me do when I was growing up, and I'm going to throw that at you guys now. Do you think you could have got away with anything like that when you were growing up?
Well, I feel that, well, she could have approached that situation in a more polite manner.
Okay. The mother or
the girl?
The girl. Okay.
The girl. She didn't have to be rude. What aggravated that situation was the way she responded to the elderly woman. Yeah. And of course, like you said, African mothers, African women, you can never be rude to an African woman. Even as I am, I'm not that old, but please, you got to talk to me with respect. If you're in a school uniform, you got to talk to me with respect, darling. I'm sorry, I'm older than you. I have been through that, done that. So you cannot afford to talk to me anyhow. I just feel that, yes, so the woman as well could have also handled that situation differently. It's all about approach. It feels like
Winfrey has an alternative.
Me? No. I'm all for respect, right? But to be very honest, some people take it to another level. Do you understand? I'm for respect. I believe, fine, if you're younger, treat someone older with respect. But then again, I've come to realize that, see, respect is not a matter of age, right? So I believe as a human being, you treat every other human being with respect. And I'm saying this from a position of being the last of 5 children. Oh, wow. Because we have a lot of situations where, you're being shut down because you're the youngest. And I mean, I understand that, fine. Some people can't understand the way I think and the way I've risen. But at the same time, I'm a human being. I will not go out of my way to be rude to you, but at the same time, you need to respect me as a human being, not because you think, okay. And even in this, like I've had certain situations of how you're driving, right, and somebody hits you, and then is an old man or old woman in the car, and because of that, they cannot apologize or they think, but you hit me, are you not my daughter's hit me? So does it take away the damage? So I just believe everyone should.
So eventually, the confrontation climaxed with the woman
hitting her.
No, she didn't hit her. She pushed her mouth.
It was a hit.
It wasn't a hit.
I saw
No,
it backhand,
if it was,
though.
if
She
it
pushed
was, she
her
touched
mouth.
us.
I saw it backhand.
That's something I actually feel like I've seen happen in my presence before. That kind of enwe, your mouth, or lenwe, that
And
kind
the
of
lady was...
that,
Especially,
she was living.
yes, so let's not
retaliated.
also forget that
Crazy.
it's very, very, it's very possible that this girl was born and bred in the UK or you know, in the abroad. In that kind of situation where it's a different society, it's a different system. It's not we're not in Africa anymore, where you know, girls, boys, children are taught to defend themselves, to speak up for themselves, and that was what the girl was trying to do. She was trying to defend herself. She was trying to say no to bullying because to her, she saw it as being bullied. But the woman is an African woman who has been born and raised in Africa. And she's like, no, you are an African, so I expect you to act like an African. African children are supposed to respect their elders.
No matter
You're not
what
supposed
situation.
to talk down or talk at.
So the question is it no matter what I respect you?
No.
So that's the thing. That's the question. This child is basically saying you need to earn my respect. You're not my mother.
Exactly.
I don't know you. I'm not related to you. So why should I respect you? Which is actually really, when you think about it, the sensible thing to say. Maybe not in that manner, not with that amount of rudeness. But she's asking, look, what have you done for me that you've earned my respect?
And to be honest, I noticed the girl was actually facing her front, but the lady kept on talking and shouting at her before she eventually turned back.
Anyways,
we would love to know your opinion, people. Please talk to us. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us at TVC Connect. What would you do in this situation if you knew this child or you were even in that vicinity? I would love to see those comments.
All right, we'll be back. Stay with us. Back, people, you're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, this is a very familiar face on our show. She's no stranger. She doesn't need any special, welcome because she's family. Welcome, Chef Blossom. How are you doing? Good morning. So this morning, Chef Blossom is making chicken pepper soup. The weather has been hot in the last couple of days. But hey, it's the morning. You know how chilled it can be. Let's talk about the ingredients for our breakfast this morning.
Okay, as you can see, we have a fat chicken thigh here.
Very fat.
And then we have our uziza seeds.
Oh, is this what it's called?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I had no idea.
I think they call it black bean, something in English. So then we have our ehuru seeds. This ehuru. Uda, this is uda seed, and this is ehuru. Sorry. Confused with that. And then we have our scent leaf, and then our onions, our yellow pepper. I'm coming back to that. Then we have our ginger and garlic. Yeah. We have our black pepper. We have our crushed seasoning cubes. We have our crayfish. Then just a mixture of the spice.
So that is a combination of ehuru, uda, and uziza seeds.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And then we have our plantains.
Okay, so for the plantain, I see that you have unripe and ripe. Is there a reason?
Yes, there's a reason for that. If I'm just going to use the unripe, it's the taste won't just be there.
Oh, okay. So the ripe one gives it an extra flavor. Okay. You're really working with a lot of flavors here.
Yes.
First, yellow pepper has its own flavor. Ginger and garlic together, mind-blowing. And then you now have the ehuru, uda, and uziza seeds. Girl.
And then the crayfish in the pepper soup.
This pepper soup is going to be lit. On your screen right there are the ingredients. People, go through them, scribble them down if you have to. If it's something that you'd like to try out this morning or for dinner, please go ahead. And do not forget to tag us on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. You can send us videos, you can send us pictures. We would like to see how you made this breakfast. So, Blossom, let's go through the process for this recipe.
Okay, so
what are we starting with?
Yes, I'm going to I'll cut it into small chunks.
Okay.
And then it's washed already. Okay. Just put it in the pot.
Okay.
Allow it heat up for a bit, and I put in the salt, then the seasoning cubes, then the black pepper. I'll just toss it for a while. Then I'll have my onions.
Are you going to crush them?
Yes. Okay. You don't want to, for pepper soup, you shouldn't have your
onions. You need to crush them.
Yes, or blend them. Right. So I'm going to blend the peppers, the onions, and ginger and the garlic. Okay. Then you don't want to use too much garlic for this recipe. Okay. So I'll just toss them in after blending into the chicken, then add the water to cook the pepper soup. Okay. Then when it gets boiled, I'll add my crayfish, then my pepper soup spice, and then the plantain goreng. Then it gets boiled, and then lastly,
scent leaf to give it that, you know, extra boost and flavor. This breakfast is, I can't wait for it to be ready though. Like, it's going to be really, really, really tasty. Sure. You're working with a lot of natural herbs, which let's not forget are very nutritious, highly nutritious, guys. Especially where you have your ehuru, your pepper soup spice, and then you have your ginger and garlic that are very rich in antioxidants. Yes. You can be rest assured that your immune system would be lit, like it's going to be fired up, because I mean that's going to help to boost your immune system. All right, so let's get cooking now. Let's start cooking. And all right, so while we're getting breakfast ready, and yeah, all right, so we're just going to chop up our chicken into little chunks. And is this soft chicken or oral?
You don't use soft chicken.
All right. Okay. Well, we're getting things ready here in the kitchen, as you can see, but we'll let you in on every bit. But we have to head over to the couch now for a relationship discussion with Winfrey.
Thank you. Okay, so today our first conversation this morning is with Tolu Afonja as we talk relationship, all right? So she'll be kicking off the second part of the conversation we started last week on ways to build confidence in relationship, right? So Tolu Afonja is a certified integrative life relationship and marriage coach and a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming. Thanks for joining us. It's amazing having you here again. I mean, last time I asked you about neuro-linguistic, and I mean, I think I went to read up a little bit about it, and I found out it was really, really interesting. So, I mean, last week started up a conversation about relationships, right, and ways to build confidence in relationships. And now we'd like to talk about factors that affect confidence in relationships.
Thank you. It's good to be here again with you. So let me talk about factors affecting relationship. I recall the last week I mentioned that when we talk about confidence, it starts with self. Yes. And so whatever the factors are affects yourself, the individuals that are in the relationships. So the first thing is your childhood influence and experiences. You know, they have an important way of affecting how you perceive yourself and how you attach in a relationship in terms of your attachment style. Okay.
So now when you say childhood experience, are you talking bad experiences or good experiences, or does everything affect it?
So whether it's good or bad, it affects and influences the level of confidence that you will project in a relationship. So if you have good experiences, then you are usually more assertive in a relationship and you come out with your best self. But if you have not so nice experiences that you already were looking down at yourself, you know, in terms of your self-esteem wasn't too good from your nurturing years, you know, university days, up until even when you start working in the workspace, and when you get into an intimate relationship, it will play out. Okay, so now I have to ask this question because growing up as a Nigerian child, a lot of us didn't have a voice. Do you understand? So, I mean, if we put that across, would you say that is the reason? Because if you think about it also, a lot of us didn't have a voice growing up as children. And then in relationships now, our relationships were known to last longer. I mean, when it comes to marriage, at least used to last. But now, we are not sure. So would you say that, I don't know, that whole thing of, okay, fine, not having a voice as a child, and of course, a lot of us were spanked when growing up also. How would you say that affected? Because I think in a way, I don't know, somehow along the line, maybe there's like a will I say a transformation? Because I think it now is like, okay, I couldn't talk when I was younger. Now I'm in this relationship, I'm going to say everything I want to say. So how do you think, is it parsing, or how do you think it really affects? So the way it affects is sometimes as we go on through the years, as we progress through the years, we become exposed to different things. And so how we perceive these different exposures eventually play out in how we relate with our partners. So you have values that you have taken over and beliefs from your parenting, from your parents rather, and then you can decide whether you want to hold on to those values and beliefs or not, especially as you become exposed through, through different media channels and relationships, other relationships that you may have developed. So even though, so you have people that maybe didn't have wonderful experiences while they were, in their younger years, but they came to an early realization of it and decided they were going to do something about it and started personal development growth, which now plays out in how they relate with people and even in their intimate relationships. But there's some that actually do not know or they're in denial. And so will continue, those patterns. And, based on the outcomes that come out in their relationships, then they may either say, okay, now I need to do something, or I need to get help,
counseling.
Or counseling or whatever.
Okay. So we spoke about the childhood experience and how all that affects confidence as a factor, right? So what other factors do we have?
Other factors, you have other relationships, friends and family, how they influence you or how you allow them to influence you, whether negatively or positively. So we say that you are formed based on the relationships, the networks that you have around you. Also, what do you expose yourself to in the media? Whether it's social media, traditional media, and how does it influence you? If you do not know yourself in terms of your core beliefs and your values, then you begin to waver. You begin to waver, and you're neither here nor there, and you're not assertive. So these are some of the things that affect your confidence in your relationships. Also, your ability to communicate. In communication, we talk about different points on the spectrum. So you have the aggressive people, you have passive, you have assertive people, and you have those that are just very, very, passive-aggressive. So how your confidence plays out. People that are aggressive really do not have a wonderful sense of self and confidence, and so because they're trying to play down on that, they bring out so much aggression.
True.
And then those that are assertive, they have a sense of confidence, they know themselves, they know what they want, and they're able to communicate that in their relationships because they are confident in terms of what they want, how they would like things to play out in their relationships. They are able to have a sense of where are we going together and work at it together.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so that also plays. Okay, so just, very briefly, let's see. Okay. So thank you very much. That answers a lot of questions. Also mentioning the fact that, we have social media influencing a lot of people. So I think the key is to literally know that, okay, fine, this is who I am. This is who my partner is. I need to, know what I want and then go for it, right? Okay, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Hope to talk to you very soon again because the series is definitely not over, right? Okay, so we'll be going on a very quick break. And when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Welcome back. Now, we have our friends from Omnibiz in the studio. Now, Omnibiz delivers FMCG goods to retailers at their doorstep. They deliver convenience, they deliver ease and free delivery. But we need to find out a lot more about what Omnibiz truly represents. And that's why we have both Liz and Zainab from Omnibiz here in the studio with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with you, Liz. Tell us exactly what Omnibiz is all about.
Okay, so Omnibiz is a B2B, business-to-business e-commerce platform where manufacturers, distributors, and retailers of fast-moving consumer goods connect. So think of it as like an Amazon, but this time around strictly B2B, so it's business to business. So instead of having retailers go to the open market to shop for goods, say the big Akogbo markets or Lagos Island markets, they can simply order through their phone. We have mobile applications, WhatsApp platforms, or just simply place a call, and you can have the goods delivered to your doorstep for free at zero convenience charges. So we just charge them for the goods and not delivery expense.
Okay, so this is different from a logistics service.
Okay, so we also partner with logistics providers because they are the ones that help us and connect us to being able to deliver this product. You understand? So we have manufacturers, we have distributors, and then our logistics providers just deliver the goods to the retailers all on one platform.
All right, so the retailers are the lady in the market selling, you know, canned foods, selling cereal, selling, you know, milk and things like that.
Yeah.
Fast-moving consumer goods are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're easy to find on the street. But why, give me the reason why I should tell my mom to not stock her shop herself and go through you.
Okay, let's start with convenience.
Okay.
Your mom is probably in her late 50s, 60s, thereabouts. Now, other than have her go through the stress of going through the traffic situation, the transport situation, having to argue prices, and all of those things, she can simply just do these things on her phone. It's better for the age, the convenience is there, and she can have like a wide range of products, you know, just at her fingertips.
All right, fantastic. Now, Zainab is here to talk a bit about products. I know about 3 days ago, your company launched something brand new. You want to tell us about that?
Absolutely. So we launched 3 things, and their names are really what we do. So the first one is buy now, pay later.
Okay.
And as it is buy now, pay later, we're enabling people buy now and pay later in installments at their convenient time at a little convenience fee.
Okay.
This helps them stock more products that they're not able to buy with the money they have, and then they can pay whenever they want.
Okay.
The second one is My Store. Again, like the name is, it's My Store. We're helping them with 3 major things. First is keep a track of their inventory, what's coming in, what is selling, who I'm selling to, and handling their customers. Because we sell to neighborhood retailers, these are people who I can buy all week and then I know I'm paying you on Sunday. You're able to manage what is coming in. You know that this is coming at a particular time. You can look at your sales over time, over a week, over a month, or whenever you want to look at it, all in one place. So it's really taking you away from recording the regular bookkeeping that you do, and we're bringing you online.
All right, so I know you're using tech for all this to happen, but then what makes what Omnibiz is doing different from drop shipping? So the drop shipping model basically, you know, says you can order something in China and it'll be sent directly to your customer. So talk to us about that.
So what makes us different is that we're using technology to enable every single touch point on that supply chain line.
Okay.
So we have the manufacturers and distributors that want to get their goods into the hands of the neighborhood retailers, and they're doing it offline. So we're giving them that connect to reach a wider audience through the apps. That's one. These retailers themselves, as she said, we're already giving them ease and convenience. That's the second thing. And then we're partnering with logistics companies to help deliver. So every single touch point on that line, we're enabling them. That's the first part. Second part is, you know how people say when you train a girl child, you're training a nation. Our target is actually women. A lot of, I think 70% of our customers are women. Yes. And what we are saying is if you improve the life of one woman, you're improving the life of that community. From that community, and if we're in every single community, then we're improving the lives of all communities in all the states that we're currently present.
Okay, so I can hear someone at home screaming, please talk to us about that pay now or pay later.
Buy now, pay later.
Buy now, pay later. So you maybe you're low on stock in your store and you really want to buy some new things, but the prices have gone up in the market. So if I approach Omnibiz, what happens next?
So regardless of if the prices have gone up in the market, because we have a good relationship and partnership with manufacturers and distributors, even if these things have gone up, even if they're scarce, we're getting them at best prices and we have them. Okay. That's one. Okay. So whenever you want to buy something, you don't even have to run out of stock because we're literally in your palms. You can just click and order. So you can buy now from all of the manufacturers that we have their goods and pay when you want at a convenience fee.
Okay. All right, so now we're talking tech now. So this is an app, it's the website. What sort of registration do I have to go through? What are the steps?
Okay, so there's a simple sign-up process that retailers can do themselves when they go to shop.omnibiz.app. Very simple process.
So one more time?
Shop.omnibiz.app, and then they can get started.
Okay.
There's, we also have scouts in the neighborhood. So we've already trained them. They can help them with this simple process. And they can easily sign them up for the service and they can get started. It's a very simple process. You can just register and start ordering.
All right. So now you did say FMCGs, right? And these are the ones that are based in Nigeria. We're not talking imported goods then.
Okay, so we're trying to expand our scope as much as possible. In fact, as of today, we're trying to expand beyond fast-moving consumer goods to over-the-counter and other things. So for us, it's as long as it is consumed by Nigerians and it has all of the necessary approvals, we have them.
All right, fantastic. I honestly would love to, go through it. In terms of tech, there are a lot of advancements now. So what are the challenges that you've noted trying to introduce this product to the market? Let's talk about some of the challenges you've had.
I'd say it's not a challenge. It's what we can change because we'll help you change your behavior. So it's these retailers, they're not very tech savvy. But what we've done is we've simplified the app. Sign up is 2 steps. You're just adding your name, your store name, and your phone number. It's easy. When you log in eventually and you see our assortments, it's clear. You see what the product is. There's no challenge. I would say there's no challenge. It's easy. You see what you want to buy. The various categories are there. Whatever brand you're looking for, it's easy to search. You see it at one glance, and you can check out and have your order at your doorstep.
All right then. Honestly, I'm so interested in finding out more about the intricacies of all this. But at this point, I'm just going to say that they should visit
shop.omnibiz.app.
One more time?
Shop.omnibiz.app.
All right. And I guess the steps you need to take will be right there for you. Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you so much, Zainab.
Thank you.
Let's talk to us. Nice product. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. We're going to be wrapping it up for now, but we're going to be taking a quick break and be back. All right.
We are never happier than we are when we know we have your full attention throughout the show.
And since the striking of the hour of 8 is our cue to pick this up again, we thank you for spending the last 1 hour with us.
And if you just tuned in, we really must insist that you do better next time and make it here as soon as it's 7 o'clock, like you set your alarm clock. Once it just rings, you rush down to your TV set and you tune in to TVC.
Oh, goodness me. My mother's alarm clock is different from that sound. Now, time is now of the essence because we really only have the next 45 minutes to be here with you. So let's make it count, shall we?
Yes. Do not forget that the ever-beautiful Winfrey is in the kitchen. Yeah. And we have Blossom, of course. But, hey, things are getting really steamy in the kitchen. So we'll let you into it later on.
Yeah. Remember that saying, what does not kill you only makes you stronger. So whatever it is you're going through, this too
shall pass. Yes. And we're here to keep you company every morning. My name is Ime Okoche.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please stream our show live at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect.
The TVC app is available for download on both the Android and iOS stores. And catch up with old episodes of your favorite shows on our YouTube page.
Yeah, our YouTube page is right there, TVC Entertainment. Now, we have birthday shout-outs coming up very, very soon. And, hey, we'll be having so much to say with that.
Yeah.
I see you, and we love it. God bless you, God keep you. Happy birthday. Make sure you have an amazing day. It's all about you, right now. That food smells good.
So good.
It does, Titi. It really does. Welcome to the kitchen, guys. This is Chef Blossom, and this morning she's made for you chicken pepper soup. Let's go through the ingredients, Blossom.
Okay, so in here we have our chicken. Earlier we had it in a full thigh, so we got it chunked into some tiny pieces. So we have our plantains. Works as a thickener for this recipe. You could use your plantain or your yam, anyone you want. But we're using ripe and unripe plantain.
Okay.
Then for the spice, we have our uziza and ehuru. We blended it together. That is what we have here. We also have our black peppers, our mashed, crushed seasoning cubes, crayfish, and salt.
Yes. So now let's explain the process for the recipe. How did we get here?
Okay, so firstly we had our chicken in the pot.
Okay.
Added just a pinch of salt, then the mashed seasoning cubes, the crushed seasoning cubes.
Okay.
And the black pepper allowed it to boil for like, say, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Then we had our onions. So yes, we had our yellow peppers. Then we blended all of it together with our ginger and garlic. So we tossed it in mixed it together, then added some water to cook the pot of pepper soup. Then we're allowed to boil. We're tossing our chopped plantains, and then that's what we
allowed it to cook. And the pepper soup is ready. I see that we still have our scent leaf here already chopped, and that's going in last.
Yes.
Okay. So if you notice here, guys, we are working with a lot of natural herbs, which has its own flavor that it's giving to this chicken pepper soup. That plantain is going to give you that extra taste. Yes. As breakfast is getting served already, it's getting ready already. It's almost ready, you know. And the aroma is filling the air, guys. If you're not here in the studio, I'm sorry. There's no way I can help you. But to be a part of this morning's recipe, you can, cook yours. Send us a picture or video of you making yours on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect. You could also tag Chef Blossom at Blossoms_Pots. You see, I got you, baby girl. I have your social media handle in my head. It's registered there. So yeah, you can tag her as well. Yeah. And then if you also want to check out previous episodes of our kitchen segment, YouTube page at tvcentertainment.tv, guys. We got you. Anyways, breakfast is ready. What are you boiling water for, Auntie? Just want to boil water for because
just in case you might want to add some.
You want to add more water to the pepper soup?
We have the exact portion.
Okay. Anyways, our scent leaf is going in finally, and then breakfast will be ready. Of course, how long is this going to take? For the
okay, you don't want to overcook your...
All right. We got to go now, people. Well, the show continues, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, it's time for nutrition. And today's topic is overcoming the challenges of being underweight with Fola Shadi-Babatunde, who's our guest. And she's a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and the founder of Poisara Nutrition, a nutrition brand that helps individuals build better relationships with food. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
All right, now let's get right to it. Underweight. Can you find an adult that is underweight in these times where everybody's on a weight loss journey?
Yes.
So please explain, how can one tell that you're underweight?
Right. Okay, so I think the easiest way to know whether you're underweight is to calculate your body mass index, which is often called the BMI.
And that's something a lot of people really do not know how to calculate.
Yes, and so calculating your BMI is your weight in kg, in kilogram over your height squared. And so in the classification you have, if it's below 18.5, you're underweight. If it's between...
18.5?
Yes.
As an adult?
Yes.
Wow, that's really low.
So below 18.5 is overweight. From 18.5 to 24.9 is the normal range. And so once it's 25 to 29, you're overweight. And then above 30, you're obese. Right. Yeah. So depending on where you fall. So once it's below 18.5, you are considered underweight. Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about some of these challenges. What could, lead to one being underweight?
I think one of the major causes is the quality of your diet. If you're not eating enough, you're not consuming enough calories. Yeah. So that can lead to you being overweight. We also have people who, due to certain health conditions, for example, if you have diabetes, unintentional weight loss can be one of the signs that you see. Cancer is also something that makes people lose weight a lot. You also have cases where people have overactive thyroid, and so in that case, their metabolism is very high, and so they tend to lose weight more often. So you have cases like that. Then some medication also can make people also lose weight, and maybe people who have emotional challenges, also depression, sometimes lead to people losing their appetite, and then in serious cases they get to also lose weight.
All right. So if anyone watching right now who falls into this category, but they don't know that they're actually underweight, what would you advise that they do?
I would advise that they do check their weight and then do the calculation, the body mass calculation, which is weight over your height in meters square, and so the value, getting the checking where it falls in the classification gives you an idea. And if you also think it falls below, then you can get to see your doctor, who would then do proper check and see if there are other conditions that are leading to, that have led to you being extremely overweight.
Now let's talk about diet, because this also plays a very critical role in being, you know, in helping to overcome being underweight. So what kind of diet, how would you help with that when it comes to our diet as a dietitian?
Yeah. So for people who are underweight, something similar to when you want to lose weight, you need to do it in a balanced and healthy approach, using a balanced and healthy approach. Okay. So for example, you're considering eating foods that are calorie dense. So you have your beans, your yam, all these foods are calorie dense. The food people who are losing weight will try to run away from.
Exactly.
You need to eat those foods. And also, oftentimes you find that people who are underweight are not able to consume large meals at a time. So you're thinking of maybe eating smaller meals frequently through the day, and then you're looking at healthy snacks. And when we talk about healthy snacks, you're looking at nuts, for example, your cashew nuts, your groundnut. They're very high in calories. If you can afford almond nuts, right, it's also something you can add to it. You have butter, you have full cream milk, things that you can combine into your meals to make it more energy dense. So rather than just doing like one meal, there are ways you can get to modify a particular meal to ensure that it has a lot of calories. Another way to do it is to drink your calories, where you put together some smoothies that can be very high in calorie. Imagine making smoothie with a banana and avocado. It makes the calorie, you know, make it very, very dense.
Overload.
Yes, and then you can drink at regular interval in the day, just to ensure that.
Okay, someone watching this now is thinking, that means I have to eat like 4 times, 5 times in a day to replenish, you know, some of these nutrients. Is that what you're saying?
So yes, that's what I'm saying, because you need to, for you to gain weight, you need to consume more calories, and for many people, it may be difficult to consume that, you know, large amount of calorie in one meal or in 3 meals, right? And so one of the things also identified in people who are underweight is that they are not able to consume large meals once. So the best way to do it is to spread the meals out, through the day, and also have them drink calorie-dense drinks, yes. So that, for example, you've taken your breakfast, in between breakfast and lunch, you're taking a drink or fruits, calorie-dense fruits, and then your lunch, in between lunch and dinner, you can also have something, and then your dinner, just looking for ways. But then for different people, there are different ways. For people who can still consume, you know, more meals, you can ensure that those meals are calorie-dense, so that it can help them consume the necessary calories to help them gain weight.
Okay, so now that we've dealt with the adults, let's go over to the children. Does this also, you know, is this also the same method for children, or is it a different, is it different altogether? How do you help an underweight child, you know, gain back their weight?
So it's something similar to for children also. However, you know, kids' meals are, for example, if you look at infants who have not gained weight as they should, so there are ways you can also get to fortify their meals or modify their meals. For example, you're a child that is still on cereals. You can always add peanut butter, which is high in calories, to their pap, for example. So rather than just do pap and milk alone, you can get to add peanut butter. You can get to avocado into their meals. Bananas, right? So you can, for example, you're doing beans and banana. You're doing it in mashed form, and then they get to eat it. For kids who are still taking puree, you can get to blend some of these meals together. Imagine blending yam and avocado and maybe chicken. Wow. Yes, so there are ways to get creative about it, and then using the locally available food. That's right. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
And I know the next week we're going to have something more interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
Very great.
For us to meet our final guest for the day. And we're joined by Damilare Kuku. Now, she is an actor. She's a writer. In fact, an all-round creative artist.
And her acting career took off in 2013, and she's currently best known for her role in movies like The Setup, Chief Daddy, The Setup, Chief Daddy, and the TV series Castle and Castle.
But she's also known for an amazing book. Well, an amazing title, a bestseller.
That's the thing
in the making.
Today.
And I mentioned it earlier today, and I have a feeling people were wondering, what on earth is Titi talking about? Because I mentioned the name of the book earlier on. But Damilare, it's great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so
excited.
That's the book I'm talking about.
There you men in Lagos are mad.
There you go.
All right. All right.
Oh, goodness. So first of all, moving from being an actor to a writer is a big deal. It's a huge deal,
yes, it is.
Especially for a Nigerian to do so. So let's talk about that journey, that transition.
So when people say this, when they ask me what's the difference or how that, I feel like I'm still a storyteller regardless. Okay. It doesn't really change. It's just now I'm using my words as opposed to using my body and my voice. Okay. But the thing is, it's a completely different kettle of fish because it's a craft that you have to own. Yeah. You have to practice. You have to exercise. I remember when I submitted my my manuscript to Masobe, they were like, this is not it. Wow. But they said, you have potential, so come in and let's have a meeting because I see that you have potential and you have drive. Because I sent in my manuscript and I kept DMing them. Every 2 months, I'll be like, hi guys, haven't heard anything. Yeah. And then eventually I think they're just like, okay, this girl is relentless. Hi, come in for a meeting and let's see you. So that's, nice. But it's been a different kind of journey because writing is different, but for me, it's still storytelling regardless.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so earlier I was telling you of how I knew you from somewhere. Yes, and I couldn't remember. Then I realized it was a movie I watched.
Oh.
No, that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the fact that I felt like I knew you. It's not like I've seen you somewhere. It's different when you say a movie, you know. And that is because of your delivery in that movie. I cannot remember the name of the movie right now, but I can literally recite the movie for you if you want. But no, I won't do that. Do you understand? So I must say, I mean, I watched the story and it was really interesting. I mean, I think it was one you were living with your sister. She was, you guys were not too well-to-do. So I think you had an ill, and I'm terrible with remembering people and names and everything. So, I mean, the performance was amazing. Thank you. Now, let's see. Now that you've gone this way, you realize, okay, you know what? This is something I can do also, as you said, tell my story using my words now, as opposed to using my voice and my body. Which would you say where will we be seeing more of you? Are there more books coming?
Yes, there definitely will be. But I don't know that because what I've been reading online, reviews, we can't wait to see the next thing. Don't put me under pressure. No. I don't know when, but definitely I would be writing more. As opposed to, I don't know that there will be one that will be, I'm at the stage in my career now that I can balance both, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. So I don't think any would affect, you know. It will still be going pari passu, if that's the right word to use.
So now let's talk about this book.
I'm not actually going to talk about the book as right now because I want to touch on being on sets in Nigeria. Now, you've developed a name that has, you've built international acclaim right now with the book. Yes. Now, you're on mostly Nigerian sets. Yeah. Is that changing anytime soon? Have you been invited on any others?
I mean, don't put me in the fingers crossed. You see, fingers crossed. Let's just
come on. Let us in.
I don't want to give too much away, but let's keep the fingers crossed.
All right, then. Well, I do know that you've been invited for the International Book and Design Festival. Yes. And this is holding in South Africa.
It is.
In Pretoria this weekend.
Yes, it is.
So what's your role in that?
I will be speaking with another author who wrote The Wives, Dudu. I'm very excited about that. We're going to be talking about feminist women, what it is to be a woman in Africa right now, a contemporary woman, and what it takes for us to tell our stories. Just basically our challenges as African women. So I'm very excited about that because I can't wait to speak to other women, and listen to them.
I have a feeling you were invited because of the title of your book, which we are going to talk about now. The title.
If I say I didn't see it coming, I'm like...
that title.
You pick up the book, but what had happened was when we did the press release, we put out the press release to say this book was coming out, and it went viral on Twitter that day. I all of a sudden realized that I dare not deliver when it comes to the content. Because Nigerians are not nice. If there's they're nice, but when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it's a problem. So the title is great, but I feel like the content, I'm very sure will blow you away when you eventually
read it.
When you read it. Okay. So I am going to be speaking in South Africa, and do I think the title definitely did? Yes, it's done a couple of things for me so far.
So I was going to ask, is this from a personal story of men in Lagos?
Dun, dun, dun.
We have all eaten breakfast, haven't we, from men? For those of you who don't understand what breakfast is, breakfast is when you've been heartbroken, when a Lagos man has broken up with you. But that's not really what inspired this title. Yeah. I remember that 3 years ago, I'd even just come in, I'd done Love is War with Omoni and RMD. It was during that time we're filming. I was not on set, I was at home, and I'd just finished praying. And I remember just getting the inspiration. I don't know if it's okay to say this on air, but I'm a Christian, so I'm going to... And I remember, you know, I finished praying, and the inspiration came for me to write do a project called Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. Okay. I remember just sitting on the floor, and they're like, how about your next project is called Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad? That was 3 years ago, so I just left the title. Wow. So I said, what does that mean? And I reached out to someone. I'm glad I still have receipts. And I said, I have this title. I'm not sure what I can do with it. I never got a response. Wow. So, but 3 years down the line, Masobe and we had a meeting. They didn't like the work I submitted. So I just, in the meeting, I said, okay, so I have another book. It's called Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. Is this something you might be interested in? Wow. And they were like, oh, where was that? Where was that? That's what we're doing. That's what you want. So it didn't come from me. But then, of course, being served breakfast, by like being heartbroken and having friends, my girlfriends and I, when we go out for lunch, we're either sharing the story of this guy or the person, the people that are married are saying, my husband did this. So all of that led to the, you know, the book.
So it feels very personal.
It is.
It feels like a very personal book. But then again, many authors, when they write, they say they have a particular set of people in mind. So who did you write this book for?
For my mom.
Wow. Wow.
I wrote it for my mom. It's literally, I wrote...
You wrote it in the book there?
Yeah, I said for my mom, Oluremi Abake. And that's because I think she's a hero. She's my hero, so I wrote it for my mom. But then it's also a love letter to all the young girls and women out there. Even though it's for my mom, it's to say to women that you're not alone.
All right.
You're going through something. Yeah. You think that you're alone. You're not. Somebody else down the street is going through the same thing. They're just not sharing the story. So I'm hoping that when you pick up this book, you realize, oh,
it's not only me.
It's not only me.
All right.
Is it communal breakfast?
All right. So is it American breakfast, English breakfast,
Nigerian breakfast,
Lagos breakfast?
Let's take a look at some of your work as someone who's interested in the arts all around. Damilare Kuku is here in the kitchen with us now. MM and Chef Blossom have been working hard.
Well, Blossom actually has been doing most of the work. Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to take credit for food that I did not cook. Welcome to the kitchen, Damilare.
Thank you.
Yes, this is Chef Blossom, and this morning she's made for you chicken pepper soup. So in here we also have unripe plantain, and yeah. You already said it smells delicious.
It smells so
good. We can't wait for you to taste it. So please
let's
enjoy.
I honestly...
Talking about being served breakfast.
Yes,
this is actual breakfast.
Actual breakfast.
We're not here to break hearts. We're here to mend them.
We got rid of all the men today.
This is going to soothe my soul, right?
Yes. Okay. They say food is like music to the soul.
All right, so tell us what you
enjoy.
think.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that aroma.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think?
This is really nice.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Oh, this is really cool.
Yes, a lot of love went into that meal.
I'm a Yoruba girl. I like spice, so there's a lot of pepper in it.
Okay.
Well done, Chef Blossom. Well done, well done.
Honestly, the plantain touch is just a nice edge. I've never done pepper soup and plantain before. I've seen yam, I've seen potato.
Oh yeah, plantain is like the daughter wants to use it. Nice one. Anyways, yes, so we have Winfrey still on the couch. Winfrey, want to say goodbyes?
Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing episode of Wonder Woman Wednesdays.
Yes,
and of course, we'll be here tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Titi knows.
Of course. Who runs the world? Girls.
Have an amazing day, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.